Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation, your boys over for pushing this word of truth and sincerity. Alright, this video here is now the parting of the Red Sea is witchcraft. Shaking my head. Alright, so first and foremost thing I'm gonna say is Yahweh Shai Shai did in fact do miracles all throughout the scriptures, from Genesis on to Revelation. You feel me? Alright. He performed miracles, Yahweh Shai performed miracles. Miracles were performed for, the men of the Lord, to get them out of situations, to, and all kind of different things, man. So to say that Moses did not divide the Red Sea is wickedness and it's stupid. And to say that if he did, it's witchcraft, is dumb as hell. Alright? That's really stupid. So it said Exodus 22:18, because it said, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." He said, if he did do it. So you're saying that if in fact Moses did divide the Red Sea, you're saying that it was witchcraft. Alright? So what is witchcraft? That's dealing with left-hand spirits, dealing with evil spirits. Okay, dealing with other gods too. You feel me? Alright. So you're saying that if in fact he did, the Lord should have took him out. Because that would mean that Moses, which is a man of the Lord, that he was dealing with, with evil spirits or the left-hand spirits. Okay, which was off, which is not something he was doing. All right. Let's get Deuteronomy 18:10. "There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter pass through the fire to be sacrificed, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, okay, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits of the dead, or a wizard, or a necromancer." All right. So for all that do these things, now we just seen witch up there. Okay, you said that basically Moses was a witch if he were to have divided the Red Sea. Verse 12. "For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy power doth drive them out from before thee." So if you're saying that it was witchcraft, what he did, then that would mean that he would not have used Moses to deliver his people. He would have drove Moses out. See what I'm saying? But in fact, the power to divide the Red Sea came from the Lord. Came from Yahweh Shai Shai. Alright, let's get it. This is Exodus 7:1. "And the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet." Okay? So Yahweh Shai Shai made Moses a power. Moses was made a power in the earth. You see that? So that's how Moses was able to do those miracles. Okay, those plagues that were brought upon Egypt, all those plagues all the way down to the parting of the Red Sea. It was given, that power was given unto him from the Lord. Okay, and then it says, "Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet," meaning that, so if Moses was the power, or Moses was the God, then Aaron was the prophet, or Aaron was the speaker. Aaron was the one that was gonna say it before. Okay, verse 2. "Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land." Okay, so Aaron was doing the speaking unto Pharaoh. Why? Because he was the prophet. Okay, he was the prophet unto Moses. Basically, he just established a particular order. Okay, verse 3. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt and bring forth mine armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. What are those great judgments that took place? Those plagues, all the way up into the Red Sea. Why was the dividing of the Red Sea a great judgment? Because Pharaoh and all of his army were judged. They were all drowned in the Red Sea. All right. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahweh. I am Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. When I stretch forth mine hand upon Egypt and bring out the children from among them. How were they brought out from among them? By crossing the Red Sea. And Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them, so did they. You see that? All right. Now, why was Aaron set up to be the prophet, or shall be the prophet for Moses? Let's get it. This is Exodus chapter 4, verse 10. And Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue. All right. So Moses was letting the Lord know, I know you chose me to lead these people out of Egypt, but I'm not a good speaker. I'm not a great orator. I'm hard at speech, actually. Okay. But check this out. And the Lord said unto him, Who hath made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, the Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. Okay? The Lord was going to put the words in which he wanted him to speak into his mouth. And he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. So he said, hey, basically send somebody else. And the anger of the Lord, because Moses, he knew he had a hard time speaking. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses, and he said, Is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee, and when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. And thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do. Right, verse 16. And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people, and he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of power. Okay, so he established that order. And thou shalt take this rod in thine hand, wherewith thou shalt do signs. Okay, so he established Moses to be the power, and then Aaron to be the prophet, or Aaron to be the speaker. Okay, Aaron was the one that was going to say before. Okay, now let's get to the actual event. It's Exodus chapter 14, verse 10. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. And they were sore afraid, and the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. And they said unto Moses, Because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Why basically saying, why did you bring us out of Egypt And we ain't even got no graves out here. You basically brought us out here to die. Why? Because they left out of Egypt, and now they've come to this large body of water with no way to go. The water, the Red Sea before them, and the Pharaoh's armies behind them. Okay. Now, if you're in this situation, what are you looking for? Are you gonna wait to die? Huh? Are you just gonna wait to die? Or are you going to call on your power, Yahweh Shema Shai, and wait for his deliverance? What are you going to do? You see, we're looking for these miracles. We're looking for this the deliverance. Those are our expectations. Verse 12. Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. So these just niggas, they wanted to go back to eat. They preferred to go back to Egypt than to die, which, hopefully we prefer to die rather than serve captivity here. All right. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. See that? That also let you know right here in Deuteronomy 28 and 68, when it says, thou shalt bring thee into Egypt again with ships. It says right here, ye shall see them again no more forever. So it let us know right there that we would never go into captivity unto the Egyptians again. All right. That's just another little side note there too. All right. So they let you know that Deuteronomy 28 and 68 is not talking about the physical Egypt. Okay. Verse 14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And once again, this is what we are looking for. Because when in the time of Jacob's trouble, when the enemy come in like a flood, what you gonna do? You ain't got enough guns. You ain't got enough ammo. You ain't got enough food. You ain't got enough nothing. Okay? Your only defense, our only defense is Yahweh Shem Shai. So we are looking for these miracles. We are looking for this deliverance. Those are our expectations. Why? Because he said it in his word. That's what we expect. The Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. But lift thou up thy rod and stretch out thine hand over the sea and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. So check that out. Not only did he divide the waters, but he also dried the land. So that means that when the waters were divided, they didn't have to walk through mud and all that stuff neither. See, just think about this. Verse 17. And I behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them, and I will get me honor upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. So once again, this particular, not even just this in particular, but all of the miracles, all of the times that we were delivered, the men of the Lord, or even this one here, the drying up, the dividing of the Red Sea, the drying up of the waters, all of that was for the fame, or so the name of Yahweh by Shema Shai can be exalted. It was for his honor. Okay, this is why it's important, because to say that it didn't happen, you're taking away the honor of our power. Verse 18. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the angel of God which went before the camp of Israel removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. That's the chariot. That basically the chariot went from before them, and the chariot went behind them. Okay. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that one came not near the other all night. Come on now. You can't tell me this stuff didn't happen. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. So think about the waters literally being a wall of water on your right hand and on your left hand. Come on, somebody. And the Egyptians pursued and went after them into the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning, watch, the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, and they drave them heavily. So that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians. So look, they going in after them, in the midst of the sea, while it's all dried up, and then they wheels and stuff falling off. It's like, come on, man. The Lord, he done divided the waters. He done made a wall of water on the right hand, a wall of water on the left hand. He done dried up the ground so you ain't got to go through mud. The armies coming after you. They wheels falling off their chariots. They most likely falling out the chariots, hitting the ground. All like this stuff. Like, come on, somebody. This is miracle. This is what we looking for. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength. When the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it, the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea, and the waters returned and covered the chariots, and the horsemen, and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Thus the Lord said, here we go. Thus the Lord Yahweh Shemawashai saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which the Lord Yahweh Shemawashai did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared the Lord and believed the Lord and his servant Moses. See that? That's the purpose of this miracle, for the name, to exalt the excellency of our power. Okay, and to say that didn't happen, you are taking away the power. You're shitting on what he did. All right, I'm gonna grab this here. This Romans chapter 9, verse 17. That's why I say this is what it's all about. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. That, once again, I can't state it enough. That was the whole purpose of this, to show the power of Yahweh Shemawashai, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel, the true one living God of the Bible. That was the whole purpose of it. Okay. Get another example. This Joshua chapter 2, verse 9. And this is when Rahab, the harlot, had hid the two spies when they came out to spy out the land. All right. Joshua 2 and 9. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. Why? This is why. Verse 10. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea. So you telling me this didn't happen? I'm going to read it again. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did to the two kings of the Amorites that were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed. Verse 11. As soon as we heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, your power, he is the power in heaven, above and in the earth beneath. That's why I keep saying that's the whole purpose of this miracle. The miracles in which he performed, the great exodus that he did by bringing us out of Egypt, drying up the Red Sea, the wall on the left hand, the wall on the right hand, all that good stuff. That was to exalt the name of our power. Okay? So let's get this one here. Let's see. It's the 63rd chapter. Yeah, here it is. Isaiah 63 and 11. Then he remembered the days of old, Moses and his people, saying, where is he that brought them out of the sea with the shepherd of his flock? Where is he that put his Holy Spirit within him, that led them by the right hand of Moses with his glorious arm, dividing the water before them, to make himself an everlasting name? Now, still to this day, we are still talking about Moses. But what ultimately is through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. But think about this. Still to this day, we still talk about no other thing, no other great exodus with, a large amount of people have been done as when our people came out of Egypt through the parting of the Red Sea. All these generations later, is still being talked about. But check this out though. This is Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Okay, we just read how we were brought up out of the land of Egypt through the dividing of the Red Sea and the destroying of Pharaoh and his army. Okay, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers, which is the land of Israel. So the land of the north, America, Babylon the Great, and then all the other lands in which we were scattered unto. Okay, it says, it shall no more be said. Okay, so that means that this particular exodus, or this great deliverance that is to come, is going to be something so great that it's going to even eclipse that which he did with us in coming out of Egypt with Moses. Okay, and we got to look forward to that. That's is what we're looking forward to. Why? Because think about that. How is it going to eclipse us? You're going to have World War III. You're going to have the nuclear missiles. You're going to have tribulation. You're going to have Jacob's trouble going on. People fighting each other, killing, stealing, spoiling each other, raping, murdering, You're gonna have all kind. It says it's gonna be a time that the earth has never seen before. So one thing I'll always say, if it's gonna be a time that the earth has never seen before, we gotta look for miracles that have never been done before. Okay, if he gonna turn up that, that evil, that wickedness within the earth, hey, he gotta turn up the righteous. He gotta turn up the miracles too. He gotta turn up that great. It's gonna be a time the earth has never seen before. We gotta see blessings. We gotta see miracles. We gotta see deliverances. We gotta see spiritual powers. We gotta see things that we've never seen before too. All right, that's the balance of it. But like I said, this was just going into the parting of the Red Sea. No, it happened. All right, don't believe that shit. It did happen. All right, so call all y'all about Shema Shai, about Shema Kakwa. Hope you're edified. Shalom.